Hello everyone. Well, it's time for me to record a video where I take a first look at my film from my spring trip to the Smokies. So you will have seen the images and the videos already, but for me this is the first time I'm looking at the film. So it's very exciting, and it's the first time I'm doing this kind of video. First of all, I've just started shooting film again after I shot film in a large format for over 20 years, and then the last 10 years I've been doing medium format digital, but now I've been feeling like I wanted to go back and shoot some film again. And I'll have other videos about that whole process and how that came about and the thinking behind that. But for now, this spring trip to the Smoky Mountains was the first time that I've exposed some film again, and so it's very exciting for me to be doing that, and really exciting to open up this film from the lab and see how I did. I did shoot most of the exposures, most of the setups that I had. I also used my medium format digital Pentax system simply because I wasn't sure how well things were going to turn out with the first foray back into film. I've had to get a different camera and lenses and different light meter and all that. This is just completely new for me. Plus, I haven't metered a scene with a spot meter for 10 years, so this kind of was just a dry run in a way, this trip with the film. So I wanted to use the medium format as well to sort of back up my exposures and make sure that I got good images where I could. So anyway, as I was preparing to get this film back from the lab, they actually called me and wanted to talk about the film. And it's never a good thing when the lab calls you and wants to talk about your film. Turns out there was some light leaks, and they said, yeah, some of the films were ruined or affected by a light leak. Not all of them, they said, but some. And so they encouraged me to check the bellows on the view camera, which I did after talking to them, and of course I should have done before I went on the trip, but that's a whole other story. So sure enough, I found some pinholes in the bellows and could see why some films would be affected. So it's going to be very interesting to take a look at this film right now and see just how bad it is and see if there's anything usable at all, and what I can take away from all that. So with that as a preface, let's take a look at some film. And I have it sorted here by color and transparency and negative film. So let's look at the transparencies first. Okay, well there's definitely a light leak right here. This is a little dogwood tree with some overarching branches from the Blue Ridge Parkway in the Smokies. And I definitely photographed this one with the Pentax first with a much longer lens than I have for the view camera. I envision a crop kind of more like this, and that's kind of what I did with the Pentax. And actually, if I were to crop it like this, it looks like I wouldn't have too much problem with this light leak. But anyway, I know I have a good exposure with the Pentax. But this fog was so nice, and I love the way these branches were sort of arching over and sort of, I don't know, protecting or sheltering this little dogwood. And of course, I cropped the road out. Okay. All right, so this is an image from the Little River in the Smokies, and I really liked the way this little dogwood was arching over the river and over the rock, and I shot a number of exposures of this. This one looks great. I don't see any signs of any kind of light leak at all, which is awesome. Let's see. Yeah, that's sharp. Nice. Actually, let's look at this one too. I forgot to check sharpness on this one. Oh yeah, very nice. Okay, well anyway, on this one I plan to not include this rock. I think I would probably burn it down, or I don't know, I suppose you could clone some of the mosses that are already growing on it, but I know that was a distractor when I took it, so that would be planned to not be there. I actually kind of like the waves in the water too. That's kind of nice. Let's see what the other ones look like. Okay, well there's a, wow. Huh. That's quite a leak. Goodness. So far the exposures look good though, which is one of the main things I was hoping to do on this trip. Is just I got a completely different light meter, different spot meter than the kind I'd used before. So this was great to be able to try it and see. Yeah, focus is good too. Not that this exposure will work, but some red bud here with the overarching branches. So that one's kind of a loss. I think I did shoot that one with the Pentax also. Oh man, this was one of my favorites too from the trip. This beautiful little grouping of trees. Wow, that's terrible. There's some over here too, it looks like. Yep. It's nice and sharp, and the exposure is terrific. This is all Provia film. Well, I know I shot some verticals of this scene, so we'll see. See how that works out. Okay. This is one of these little rivers sort of going through the forest, which I was really intrigued about at the time, but honestly, after I got set up on it and started working with it, I kind of didn't really care about it. And yeah, terrible light leak there. Wow. That's terrible. But not that crazy about that picture anyway. Okay. Again, I'd have to get rid of that rock. This one's a little darker, but I like the waves in the river. Yeah, nice and sharp. Good detail. Okay, that one could work. Oh man. Now this was my first image from the trip, the day I arrived in the Smokies. Terrible leak, but gosh, look at those beautiful backlit leaves. Yeah, I really like those leaves. That came out great, and exposure is perfect, except for the light leak. Okay, there's another one from that first dogwood. Basically looks the same leak. Okay, there's a little red bud. A little backlit, some sunlight there. Maybe a tiny little bit of fog there, but it doesn't really look like it. I can't tell. Definitely sharp. That looks great. Well, I really like that one. That's exciting. Good. Okay, darker. Probably still work. Get rid of the rock. The waves are pretty consistent there. And no light leak on these. That's amazing. That's several of those with no light leak. Okay, there's a bad leak. Wow. I definitely shot this one with the Pentax also. Yeah, it's good detail in the water. That's what I was really worried about, that white water, but that's going to work. Well, not this film, but what a leak. Okay. Well, that's worse than the other one. That's that first setup from the first day. Ah, all right. Oh, there's just a little bit of leak down here. But that's not bad. That could easily be cloned over or darkened. Okay. Yeah, that's nice. I like that little grouping. Wow. Oh man, perfectly sharp. Now, I definitely focused on this group of trees in the foreground, and I decided to let the back could go a little soft. And it did, but that's fine in a forest scene. So, yeah, okay, that's exciting. That's nice. I like that one. Okay, another one. I shot so many of these because it was windy, and I was trying to make sure I had some exposures where the delicate dogwood branches, and petals were just holding still. So, but honestly, every one of these I've looked at it's been really still. So those are working out okay. Okay, another one of those. I shot a bunch of these with slightly different exposures, and the sun and light were going in and out to try to make sure I had one with the white water having detail. Another one of those. Gosh. I think I maybe have already said this, I did shoot this with a Pentax. So I know I have this image solid, even if I don't have it on film. Okay, another one of these. I don't see any leaks there. Yeah, nice and sharp. Okay. Nice little red bud. I really like the little design of the branches sort of opening up and containing those red bud, and just a little bit of backlit sunlight hitting those right in here, but not overexposed at all. Provia is doing a nice job with that. Okay. Okay, another one of these. I think this is a wider perspective, or maybe it's just tilted down. Yeah, fogged for sure. Obviously, I'd have to be cropping, or I think I planned a little bit of a crop with this if I was going to use this exposure. Okay, another one of these guys. Water slightly different. Exposure's better on this one than the last one. Yeah, all of these are sharp. Nice. And again, just get rid of that rock. Okay, another one of those horizontals. Leaks all over the place. That's too bad, because I like this horizontal composition, but I'm thrilled with the vertical that we already saw. So that's not a bad backup if I have to go with that. I've forgotten at this point which ones I did on the Ektar also. So we'll see if any of that is, for whatever reason might be okay. All right, one more of these guys. Still has the leak. I really like this image, though. I'm very glad I have this solid with the Pentax. Okay, see, now there's that leak again. This is that same, a little bit darker, but I really like this grouping. Yeah, it's nice and sharp. And again, that's such a small amount right there of the leak that I think I could easily just clone some of these leaves over it, which I would have no problem doing to salvage a good shot like that. So that's all right. Oh, wow. Huh. There's the first one of these that's got the leak. There's like 5 or 6 of them already that don't have it. That's crazy. Yeah, I have to repair that camera. Okay, another one of those. So it turns out I'm not as crazy about this image, honestly. So it doesn't break me up too much if I don't have this. I know I shot this on the Pentax. I think I said that already. So, but even so, I'm not sure I'm crazy about it. Okay, it's one without a light leak. Isn't that funny? Just slightly different ripples in the water. Still nice and sharp. Yeah. Good. Yeah, that's a nice little arrangement. I'm excited about that one. Now look at this. This is a different color. This one's really blue. That one's greener, or almost more neutral, or this is probably closer to the way I would have seen it. Interesting. I did shoot. I went back the next morning and photographed this again, so it's possible that this is from a different day. And you can see I did move over so the rock isn't as prominent. I have to maybe spot that down there. Okay, and no light leaks. Nice. Ah, look at that. Okay, yeah, there's another one of those guys. It looks like there's a tiny little bit of fog down at the bottom, but again, that's easily fixed. That's nice. I really like the arrangement, just the sort of the curves of the way these, this one curves in and branches are leaning in, and these branches here kind of enveloping this tree and the root wrapping around. Yeah, I really like that. I'm so glad I got this one. That's nice. Okay, another one of these darker and bluer with the rock, but it looks like it would work. Okay, well, there's another light leak on that one. Just don't care. Man, I really hope I got something on this one elsewhere. I know I have the Pentax, but it'd be nice to have film on this one. Yeah, okay. Well, one last crazy fog. Okay. All right, let's look at some color neg. Okay, that's that stream. I just don't care. More stream. You know, it almost doesn't look like there's fog on this. Is there? It's hard to tell. It's so hard to tell in the color negative. I think maybe there's fog on that one. The other one was terrible. I just turned out I'm not crazy about that. And yeah, whatever was wrong, whatever situation these were in, it was getting a full force of light in that leak. There's no doubt. Yeah, same problem there. Okay, well, so far, it looks a little thin, but it's definitely got the fog. Leaves look okay, though. Yeah, they're sharp. Come on, baby, let's have another one. Ah, all right, look at this. Okay, now here is one. I do not see any fog at all here. Nice and sharp. Leaves look good. Okay, that's good. That's good. Yeah, that one's got fog down here. It's got the light leak. But this one looked good. Yeah. Okay. Ah, that one does too. All right, I wonder what the difference was. I know the sun was coming in and out, and it's possible that, even though I can see a shadow here, what looks like a little bit of shadows from some sunlight, and the leaves are sure popping. Let's see if they're sharp. Yeah. So, but yeah, I think this one will work. Good. Nice. And no fog on this one. That's great. Okay, and I did do a couple of black and whites, T-Max 100 on the stream. Yeah, and those are both ruined. And I said I don't care that much. Well, okay. So, all in all, a little disappointed, but there's some good ones in here. Definitely got ones of this scene I can use. I've got, we looked at 15 of those already. This guy right here, that's awesome. That's one of my favorites. So, and that's good. That'll work for sure. Yeah. So, well, for a short trip, that is not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, well, thanks for watching this, and I look forward now to starting to edit the videos from this. It was a very short trip, just a couple days, so it'll be fun to put this together and have you all join in. So thanks again for watching this, and we'll see you next time.